Thank you, Madam President. One of the most important and impactful decisions the Supreme Court has made for women in their freedom, independence, and well-being was in 1973. The landmark decision held that women in the United States had a fundamental right to choose whether to have an abortion without excessive government intervention, and effectively struck down Texas's abortion ban as unconstitutional. Women went from having to travel hundreds of miles for risky procedures, back alley abortions, and some even using coat hangers, to having a protected right to an abortion. Women were no longer dying from unsafe procedures and were given the freedom to make their own decisions about their future. And women have been able to make these deeply personal decisions for themselves, with their doctors and their loved ones for 49 years. I just turned 40, so I have never known a world where this fundamental right was not protected. Over the years, I have been there for countless women, my friends, who have grappled with the decision of whether or not to become parents. Some faced an unexpected pregnancy when they were just teenagers. Some who have desperately tried for years to get pregnant, and unfortunately, when it finally happened, found out that their pregnancy was not viable. One friend even went for a checkup, and during the ultrasound, they didn't hear a heartbeat. And some who have ultimately turned to IVF, an amazing breakthrough that has helped some of my closest friends finally fulfill their dreams of becoming a mom. I could tell you story after story of the women in my life and the wide array of difficult decisions and struggles they have gone through when deciding if and when they want to start a family. And some of the difficult choices they have had to make because of their circumstances or because of heartbreaking medical conditions. And I've had my own struggles with this decision. While some of my friends always knew they wanted kids, that could not have been further from the truth for me. I dreamed about other things, and having kids seemed almost impossible. I was married 5 years ago, and there wasn't a day that went by that as a couple we didn't grapple with going back and forth on whether or not we wanted to move forward with starting a family. And then, what's the quote? Life happened while we were busy making other plans. And we found out that I was pregnant. Even though we were previously undecided, everything changed when we saw that extra line on that test. We decided that we wanted to be parents. And for me, it was absolutely the best decision I have ever made. But that was my decision to make, and we were lucky. We didn't face so many of the challenges that my friends had to face. We were in a place in our lives where we could take care of a child in a supportive relationship, and I had a healthy pregnancy. I know that for far too many women, this is not the case. It is unfathomable to me that one of the most personal decisions a woman will make in their life will likely be taken from them across this country. Even as we await the court's decision on Mississippi abortion ban, they have already allowed the Texas abortion ban to stand. People in Texas have had virtually no access to abortion care since September 1st. The governor of Wyoming just signed a bill to abolish abortion care when Roe v. Wade falls, and Idaho is currently passing a ban identical to Texas. 26 states are likely to ban abortion when Roe falls. Oklahoma, Utah, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, all of the states around us in this part of the country. And so we have an enormous responsibility, members. Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada will likely be the only place where people are able to access abortion care. It's not just women in Colorado who need us. It is the women across the country who will have to travel to Colorado from other states in order to get the care they need, who are relying on us. And we have already seen a significant increase in people coming to Colorado to get the care that they need. They are driving here through the night from Texas while their kids are sleeping in the back seat, because politicians have made the health care that they need illegal, because they have placed a bounty on their heads. When we pass this bill, Coloradans will not wake up in a different state tomorrow. By passing this bill now, we affirm the status quo. We codify the laws that we have right now. But in anticipation of the Supreme Court ruling in June, this will ensure that people in our communities will be able to continue to make their own ethical decisions about their pregnancies. We can tell our constituents that we will keep them safe from the tidal wave of abortion bans that are about to wash through our country. This is happening right now. This legislature, in fact, has considered nearly 50 bills to ban abortion just in the past decade. And this year, the House has considered 2 abortion bans. The risk is very real. The journey of whether or not to become a parent is a deeply personal one. It is one of the most important decisions any of us will ever make in our lives. We cannot make that decision for anyone else, and we should not prevent anyone from making that decision for themselves. I trust my constituents, my family, my community to make their own ethical decisions about their health care and their future. And I will vote yes for them and for the people across this country who I have never met, who will have to travel here to this safe haven to get the care that they need. I ask for your support, members.